Well, it's Farm Bureau meeting time across Western Ag Network country. And this year, Montana Farm Bureau Federation members are meeting in Billings for the Montana Farm Bureau Federation's annual convention. MFBF President Cyndi Johnson says that state meetings like this one still play a very important role for Farm Bureau policy like the Farm Bill.
We have a great team in Washington, D.C. working on behalf of all of our members. That's the cool thing about membership. Not only are you a member locally of Farm Bureau, but you're a member of the state organization and you're a member of the national organization. And we have a great team in D.C. that work on our behalf, they've been working on that Farm Bill since, I think they sent in our policy priorities about 18 months ago. So they have been just working nonstop trying to get those policies, at least leave the good stuff on the table.
The American Farm Bureau Federation's Executive Vice President Joby Young says that in addition to working hard to get a new farm bill, Farm Bureau is also working to make sure ranchers remain part of America's public lands despite the BLM's new conservation rule.
Yeah, in the West you have a lot of unique issues. So when you're grazing on public lands or when you're raising livestock, there are a lot of unique issues there. That's certainly one of them because there's so many ranchers out here that utilize those grazing permits, and we want to make sure that beneficial use is protected. And so there's a lot of questions about this conservation rule that BLM put out. There wasn't a lot of opportunity for input or dialogue around that, and that's something we were disappointed in. And so we'll continue to share the concerns about that and hopefully have some a good movement to make sure that those grazing opportunities, other things aren't endangered when it comes to those sorts of things.
Despite the U.S. Supreme Court's favorable ruling on waters of the U.S. earlier this year, WOTUS remains a Farm Bureau priority.
The waters of the U.S., obviously the Supreme Court handed us a win last summer. EPA obviously did the tweaking they felt was necessary to comply with the Supreme Court's adjudication. We're still very disappointed in that. It's still not what we need to protect Montana farmers and ranchers from regulatory oversight that would inhibit their ability to farm and ranch.
And of course, policy and other discussions will continue at the upcoming American Farm Bureau Federation annual meeting headed for Salt Lake City, Utah in January. For more information or to get registered, jump online and visit fb.org.